I can introduce you to those loved ones who have passed away. Your parents, wife, brother, husband, child, or a friend who are not in this world and you want to meet them. So believe me, you are not entering that era. But you have entered it a long time ago. I don't want to go, Mom. I don't want to go. I don't want to go, Mom. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I also had tears in my eyes when I saw a mother feeling her dead daughter. 5 years ago, Chinese TV MBC Live successfully brought a dead daughter in front of her mother. This may not be a big deal in virtual creation, but how did the child become emotional after seeing the crying mother? That is the feature that only humans have. Let me give you an example of Taiwan 6 months ago. The parents were not able to digest the death of their young children. They took the support of technology. In no time, their dead daughter started chatting with them on the mobile phone. In chatting, the same language, the same tone or the way of talking was the same as that of their daughter. But it was not just about chatting. In no time, when they called, their daughter was alive in front of them. And she was talking in exactly the same way as if their daughter was alive again, and now she will never die. Is this magic? No. So can machines take your mind to the past, and the changes you will make in the past, will its effects be seen in the present era? If someone succeeds in making such an AI, then that country will be the superpower, as the war on it has already started. So who is standing where in this war? Before knowing this, let me tell you an important thing. After watching Hollywood movies, it seems that the concept of AI must have come in the last few years. No, this is 2,400 years old. So let's understand from the beginning. 2,400 years ago, a Greek mythology comes to light that God had made a very big robot. Remember, this was just a mythology. But in the 12th century, a Muslim inventor, Ismail al-Jazari, succeeded in making the first robot in the world. These robots looked like peacocks which were With the passage of time, in 16th century French philosopher René Descartes first thought that if machines start thinking like humans, then how good it would be. Then in 1950, British philosopher Alan Turing promoted this thought and proposed that if machines see, adopt and repeat, then it is possible that they start thinking. This theory was named the Turing test. Yes, it was just a theory that machines can think. But exactly 10 years later, i.e. in 1960, this theory was going to change in practical. And hundreds of years ago, this theory was going to change in reality by John McCarthy. The story is that in 1960, a conference is held in Dartmouth, where first-time artificial intelligence, i.e. the term of AI, is used by John McCarthy. And in the same year, he launches the world's first artificial intelligence language model at that time. The most used software was used to win chess matches. Those who play will know that in chess, every move is done after considering all probabilities from the opponent to play a move. And this software was successfully playing its moves. Did you understand the meaning of this? I.e., that machine came into thinking which could think. With the passage of time, every machine was being upgraded. A machine that started flying when a person designed its wings when installed propellers on it. Started floating speakers were integrated that could make one audible and loud. Started seeing when lenses were installed. And now, man has infused the machine with a mind, and it has begun to think, i.e. the machine now thinks, understands, recognizes, and takes action. Let's go to the war zone, and I will also tell you how India and Pakistan used AI in the war. How did they do it? But before that, let's know the story that starts with the sunrise of the year 2021. New decade, new era, new war. In 2015, in a conference room in California, some young men were sitting brainstorming. Their minds were running very fast. So fast that they didn't want anything else but to make an artificial brain like humans that could think, could solve problems, could think like humans, could answer everything by thinking. These people wanted to change the world. So who were these boys? Meet Sam Altman, a dropout of Yale University, the president of Y Combinato and a dreamer. And who doesn't know him? Elon Musk, the founder of Tesla and SpaceX, the one who reached space, the one who changed thoughts into reality, and the one who made an artificial brain. Musk. And this is Greek Brookman, whose fingers code like flowing poetry. These boys made a reality that people considered a film for many years. OpenAI, they believed that it would be a non-profit general artificial intelligence that would not harm humans but would benefit them. The thing is that as soon as it launched, people were afraid that who would give them jobs now. Elon Musk and Sam Altman announced a funding of $1 billion for OpenAI. The interesting thing is that they decided to keep the AI course open. Later, there was a problem with it, which you will understand later. But regardless, for 3 years, these boys quietly trained the machine. And then in 2018 they presented the first Project GPT General Pre-trained Transformer. It explores through the Internet archives, thinks, connects words, and then responds. Everyone was surprised to see the capability of this chatbot. On November 30th, 2022, the world realized that humans have entered a new era, because now GPT 3.5 was launched. Just like the human's mind, in a few weeks, 1 million users, and in just 2 months, 100 million users. And as soon as they saw it, it became the fastest developing application in the world. But then on Friday, November 17, 2023, the news came that Sam Altman was removed from OpenAI. The board just said that Sam Altman has broken their trust by not telling the truth. That's a story for another time, but now know that in the next 5 days, the board had to bring Sam Altman back, though, because what happened in those 5 days was no less than a drama. It was a battle of power, money, and perception. CEO of Microsoft came to the field and announced that if Sam Altman cannot be kept in OpenAI, then we will keep him there. 700 employees of OpenAI threatened that, if Sam was not called back, they would resign. The company became a complete empire, where there was money, politics, rebellion, and rancor. Anyway, on November 21st, 2023, that is only on the CEO's chair. Now, on the contrary, the board members who fired Sam Altman were fired. Oh, I forgot to tell you one drama that happened during this time. Today, through ChatGPT, through which we are solving and address our problems in 2019, the platform itself fell into problems. It was bankrupt. Yes, there were cash flow shortages to construct GPT. Trump had turned his back. Elon Musk had shown his back. It so happened that Elon Musk wanted control over the company. But the rest of the founders of OpenAI did not agree with this. In 2018, they left the company in anger, with the illusion that they would launch their own AI platform, and it came. But after a year of leaving them, OpenAI was in trouble. Then Microsoft entered again. That too with an investment of $1 billion. So what? When the magic of GPT worked, Microsoft invested another $10 billion. Google got scared. Apple also kept watching. Meta Llama brought AI. But when this person came to the field, then OpenAI was shocked very deeply. Who is he, and how did he shock the GP? Before telling you that story, let me direct you towards the countries and tell you who is operating T's weapon called AI and who is getting injured. China is taking a new step every day to win the AI war. On the other hand, America does not want any shift, leading to formation of a new superpower country. That's why Donald Trump is investing $500 billion in private companies for AI projects. This is the same Trump who was considering spending money on OpenAI and GPT useless in the past. On the other hand, China is building the world's largest technology park with the investment of $2.10 billion in which AI will be researched. But the biggest obstacle in China's AI plans is America. This news was on CNBC that America had included more than 50 Chinese companies in the export blacklist, which meant that China could not get a hold on the microchips. Basically, these microchips were those processing chips that work as a brain for artificial intelligence systems, the training of language models, the programming of image and video generators, and the processing of all AI software is done on these chips. But China did not pay much attention to this restriction, because China had achieved something astonishing with the help of an old inventory of 10,000 chips. That I am going to tell you later in this video. Do you remember? I said that this gentleman gave a big shock to the ChatGPT. If you want to hear this story immediately, forward the video and follow this timestamp. Skip the video in between. But I will give you this advice that watch the video continuously, because the next part of the video is very interesting. Because the world is now aware that China is doing great planning for it. For example, the third wave report reveals that if China continues to make and sell AI technology, then this industry will increase China's GDP by 26% in the next 5 years, while America's GDP will only be at 14.5% increase. And if this happens, then the superpower America's tariff system will have no effect on China, but it is having an effect at the moment. How? You can see it in my video. Nevertheless, Russia is America's biggest competitor. In the report of the American Research Institute Center for Strategic and International Studies, it was revealed that Russia has started a secret war against America and Europe. They claim that Russia is making cyber attacks and spying on America with the help of AI. But on the other hand, American AI drones seem to be active against Russia. They followed the target even during the movement of drones called Triton Skynodes, and analyzed the data to strike accurately. And similar technology was also used by Pakistan against India. How? I will tell you. It took India 50 years to make this perception that it is 50 years ahead of Pakistan, but it took Pakistan only 5 minutes to break this perception. Because the world saw how Pakistan not only defended itself through AI in this war but also defeated India, Pakistan fired J-10C and JF-17, the new PL-15. Don't underestimate these missiles, boss, because Indian pilots made a mistake by underestimating them and fell to the ground. These missiles have a two-way data link, which means that even after firing, the pilot or control system can guide them for 10 to 20 seconds or more. That is, the target cannot dodge to escape. This is what happened with Indian pilots. They thought they were safe by dodging, but the missile followed them and dropped them on the ground. Because India does not have a place to 15, they felt that it is useless. Then Pakistan showed them what they have. Winglung-2 drones, which recognize the heat signature and decide where to attack. Yeehaw, the third drone swarm. It was a group of small drones that attacked together. It attacked India's radar system from behind and confused them. Third, Sharper 3 drones. With the help of AI, they found out the troop movements of India and made precise attacks. And on the other hand, the Indian army attacked Pakistan with the help of AI without using his own brain. Pakistan also defused it with the help of AI. Number 1. Anti-drone radars. Pakistan's system confused Indian drones. As soon as the Indian drone came down, the AI-guided surface-to-air missile destroyed it. It was to work with artificial intelligence. But India did depend on artificial intelligence, and it lost. Maybe they have Pakastura Varathi course. Anyways, if you go to America, you can also get a drone ambulance here. It is written on the official page of the US Army that they do not need the help of humans for refueling during the war. In fact, AI technology itself will keep an eye on which area their forces need weapons, refueling, or food. Not only AI will be able to find out. In fact, the warriors will be able to get weapons, fuel, or food through iDrones. Let's go. Now the story that was left incomplete. The story in which China's success is America's loss. The story in which on one side, billions of dollars were lost, and on the other side, billions of dollars were made. This story will teach you how to surprise the world by initiating great tasks in less time and less investment. The year was 2015, when these 3 boys in America were thinking of making OpenAI. Then China's Leng Wengfeng makes a fund, whose name was Highflyer Capital. This fund used to run on the AI algorithm. Machines understand the decline of the stock, decide, and humans only see the result. And this fund was going to become the engine of the world's largest AI war a few years later, because Leng used these funds to do research on the AI algorithm. And this work started in 2019. In 2021, Leng secretly started buying thousands of chips from NVIDIA, H100 and H8. These are the same chips that are used in AI training. This work was executed under top-secret guidance and instructions that no one knew about the ongoings in Hangzhou, China, which will shake Silicon Valley. Leng's steps were very smart. Now look, a total of 200 people. Resources less than 30 years old. NVIDIA DIAS only 10,000 chips. Only an investment of $5.5 million. And in just 2 years, that is, in 2023, comes to the world. DeepSeek. How did they accomplish something this big in such limited resources? The investors in AI left astonished that if China can do this work in millions, then why are we spending crores of dollars? NVIDIA DIAS 17% shares, that is, $600 billion, went down. NVIDIA's valuation was $3.5 trillion, which fell in just one day and came to $2.5 trillion. For the first time in the history of the world, a company suffered such a big loss. America had banned NVIDIA chips from exporting to China. But what's the point now, when the bird had already pecked the field? Chinese Leng had only worked on 10,000 chips. Now if we compare that, if OpenAI or Google had spent, it could have cost $100 million, not $500,000. OpenAI had already spent $15 billion to $20 billion, while hundreds of employees did this work. Where on the one hand, all this was happening, on the other hand, Elon Musk, who left OpenAI in the middle, brought his Grok AI. But my eyes are on their robots. Those robots who listen, speak, and do whatever they have told to do. And yes, Tesla, India had shown in movies that cars are running on their own. But this guy made a car in real life, which can run on its own. Elon's Tesla cars can run in full self-driving mode without human help. This technology works on 8 cameras, 12 ultrasonic sensors, and AI neural net. More than $3 billion has been spent on this. And this technology turns every Tesla car into a moving robot through. If you check Elon Musk's X account, you can see him surrounded by robots. What is this scene? These robots can lift up to 20 kilos, can hold things, can listen, can walk, run, and keep balance. And most importantly, they can eat your job. In 2021, Elon named them Tesla Bot, but later changed it to Op. In the beginning, they couldn't even take a step. But in just a year, they were dancing. Elon has said that in the future, there will be a robot in every house, like a fridge. I am thinking of keeping it as a maid. No demand, no complaint. And the wife also content. Elon says that this will be available for ordinary people for less than Tesla. So far, they have spent $500 million on Tesla and Op. Just think, that time is just around the corner when another car will stop next to your car on the signal, but the driver will not be present. You will be left watching it, and it will run on green light without the driver. If you go to buy something, the front hand will be of a machine to give you something. Come on, let's think further. The armies of the world will also be all machines. So remember, Elon said that for humans, Aggie can be a bigger threat than an atom bomb. Humans are making AI so that they can use it positively. But the way the world has entered the war zone, tomorrow, there is a high probability that the world collides with its robots and technology and destroys everything. And then towards the end, humans are left to fight with only sticks and stones. As Einstein said,